Hey everyone, my name is Serena and welcome to Honeycomb Harvest. Today I'm going to be showing you how to set up your bee water and how to make it enticing for them so that they use it as their primary water source. So let's get to it. I'm just going to go over a few things that you need for your bee water, and the first one is going to be Himalayan sea salt. You don't have to use Himalayan, you can use a regular sea salt. It is preferred, however, that you do not use iodized salt. And then you're gonna need a pool noodle. And most importantly, you're gonna need your water container that the bees are going to be drinking from. So I have this black 6.5 gallon tub that I'm gonna be using. I'm gonna try to do everything that I can inside because it's already 100 degrees outside, getting up to 110 today. So I already sweat like a pig this morning with the bees. So I'm trying to avoid as much as I can with that. Okay, so we have our black tub here. You may be asking, why are you putting salt in it? First off, bees do not like plain water. They, believe it or not, like seasoned water. So salt is a really good attractant for them. You'll notice that bees are attracted to swimming pools. So that's the chlorine that attracts them. They're also attracted to saltwater pools. It's the salt water in there that attracts them. Since this is 6.5 gallons, you typically add 1 teaspoon of salt per gallon of water. So since this is 6.5 gallons, we're gonna be adding, we'll just cut it off at 6 teaspoons. I can add 6.5 teaspoons if I want. Since there are 3 teaspoons in 1 tablespoon, we're gonna be adding 2 tablespoons and a half a teaspoon. So anyways, here is 1 tablespoon going in here, my 2nd tablespoon. And then I'm basically just going to fill this with water and add my pool noodles on top. The pool noodles work as the perfect flotation devices. I'm going to show you how to cut them and how not to cut them, because when I first made this, I cut them a little too thick. So this is too thick. So usually the bee will fly onto it and then they'll drink from this hole, or they'll drink from the side. But if it's too thick like this, if it's sitting on top of the water, the bee isn't long enough or tall enough to drink from the water without falling in. So basically, I'll cut it and then I'll hold it with my finger there. So that's really all you need. It's just a very thin piece that's gonna sit on the water. So I'll cut a few more. So you're gonna keep doing that till you have a good amount that is basically going to fill up this whole area here. So now I'm gonna take this outside in the hot blazing sun. I'm gonna fill this with water and then I'll show you guys what it's gonna look like. All right, so here we are. I'm just gonna fill this up with water. Bees usually aren't attracted to just plain water sources. They actually seek out their water sources from smelling them first. So water that has a lot of algae growing in it, swimming pools, ponds, stuff like that that has a stronger scent is how the bees will find their water. It's really important to make sure that your bees have an established water source so that they're not using neighboring pools or ponds or anything like that. You want them in your yard at your own water sources that you made for them. So now I'm just adding these little noodles, flotation devices for them. And honestly, don't worry about cleaning your bee water. Don't worry about keeping it clean. The dirtier it is, the more they like it. I was cleaning out my bee water regularly. I noticed they weren't as attracted to it when it didn't have that algae in it. So now I don't even bother. I just keep refilling it. And you may also have another question, well, do I have to keep adding salt to it? You don't have to keep adding salt to it. Once they've already found this water source, they already know where it is. As far as like where to put your water source, make sure you put it close to the hive. I've noticed that I have these water sources that are super close to the hives, and I have water sources that are further away, and by far these ones are a lot more busy. I have heard that they can get competitive and start fighting near the water sources, so that's why I have just several water sources set up for them, and they can choose which ones they want to go to. So anyways, going back to the salt thing, if you want to continue adding salt to it when you refill it, that's completely fine. The bees actually use the minerals in the salt, and so it's not harmful to them whatsoever. they actually can utilize those minerals in here. So that's all there is to it. It's pretty easy. It's pretty simple to set up your bee water. If you don't have bees yet, even better, because it's extremely important for you to make sure you have your water set up before you even get your bees, because you don't want to have your bees and then end up setting up your water source later on, because you don't want them choosing your swimming pool or some other water source as their primary water source. Once they have that water source established already, it can be difficult to have them choose another primary water source. So if you know that you are anticipating bees soon, go and set up your water sources now. That way the algae can start growing, it can start developing a stronger scent and have a better likelihood of attracting the bees. So anyways, it's a hot one out here. I'm gonna head back inside, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below, and always remember to be your authentic self. Bye guys.
Hey, buddy, what you cooking? Step 1, get into the word and get out the zoo. Step 2, kill your old self and become new. Step 3, turn from all the sinning that you used to do. Step 4, tell the whole squad they can do it too. Christ walk, step, step.